Welcome back to NamGov 101. Today, we explore the 5 administrations that have shaped Namibia since independence. From 1990 to today, Namibia has seen 5 presidential administrations, each with its own priorities and challenges. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is an administration? A presidential administration refers to the executive leadership and governance period under a specific president. It includes the president's term, the duration that a president is in office, usually 4 or 5 years, depending on the country. In Namibia, our terms run for 5 years. Key officials. The president's appointed cabinet members, advisors, and other top government officials. These include ministers, non-voting members of parliament. And policies and priorities. The political agenda, laws, reforms, and strategies implemented during that time. These policies affect our daily lives, from the commute to work to buying bread and milk, and even who we are allowed to love. First, Dr. Sam Nujoma, Namibia's founding president, led from 1990 to 2005. His era focused on national unity and building a young nation. Major achievements include adopting the constitution, land reform efforts, and forging a new national identity. Rui Shitende, a political analyst, is here to discuss the 5 administrations, starting with Nujoma.
The presidency of the former president, it was one that was marked by political uncertainty. Uncertainty in the sense that we have just emerged from a brutal apartheid history. Various political formations, various political factions, various political elite, all trying to have their stake and say in the new democratic dispensation called Namibia. People were coming from a brutal past of oppression, a brutal past of segregation, and a situation where you were discriminated against because of the color of your skin. Government started embarking on ambitious infrastructure projects, social infrastructure projects like access to primary health care, access to education, roads, buildings, housing.
Second, Hifikepunye Pohamba, who was president from 2005 to 2015, prioritized anti-corruption and rural development. Under Pohamba, Namibia gained praise for strengthening governance and improving access to basic services. Third, Dr. Hage Geingoob's administration, starting in 2015, emphasized economic transformation and Vision 2030 goals.
President Geingob came into power in 2015. And in 2014, during the national elections, he got more than 86% of the presidential vote. This is someone that people thought the ordinary Namibian would be able to relate to, because this is someone, he used to dance, he used to drive his own car. So people felt like, in terms of the political culture, in terms of the socio-economic dynamics at the time, things will change.
And during President Hage Geingoob's ascension to power, the commodity prices were terrible. Hence why our economy was performing terribly at the time. And, the national pace was almost not, it was almost dry. And his presidency went through the COVID-19 pandemic, which also saw the world markets almost crumble. Yeah, this has made it almost difficult for him to foresee some of his aspirations.
President Geingob focused on inclusive growth, youth employment, and innovation, though economic headwinds posed challenges.
The COVID-19 pandemic has plunged the world into an acute health and economic crisis.
His second term from 2020 tackled the COVID-19 pandemic and its economic fallout with plans for recovery. Nangolo Mbumba, a veteran in Namibian politics, took over from Dr. Geingob as president after his passing.
The Namibian constitution was amended in 2014 to make provision for a vice president. So the vice president would then assume the position of the president if the president is out of the country, or if due to ill health is not able to practice his duties. So it was already provided for by the constitution that in the case now that President Hage Geingob passed on, the vice president is next in line. This transition was very smooth. Many people consider it to be a smooth transition, in the sense that we didn't have any political violence, or no one took opportunity of that politically delicate situation, if I can put it. So President Nangolo Mbumba's term was basically to complete President Hage Geingob's term, which was incomplete at the time of his death. He was not having some development aspirations that he drafted, but his task was to actually complete the projects that were already in line, that were initiated by President Hage Geingob.
Currently, Namibia's president is Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, who has also been in the political sphere since before 1990, when Namibia gained independence. President Nandi-Ndaitwah has showcased strong advocacy for youth employment and equality. Each administration builds on the last, shaping Namibia's path as a republic. Together, they tell the story of a nation in progress. Join us next time on NamGov 101, where we'll break down how Namibia's constitution works. See you soon.